Outlander Season 7 Part 2 release, cast, and everything we know. After Part 1 concluded last year, fans highly anticipate the upcoming release of Outlander Season 7 Part 2. Inspired by Diana Gabaldon's Outlander novels, this show focuses on a World War II nurse transported to 1743, where she develops a romantic connection with a Highland warrior. Part 1 premiered in June 2023. It featured the Frasers caught up in the American Revolutionary War before returning to Scotland. Now, fans are waiting for the eventual release of Part 2, which will air later this year on Starz. Outlander Season 7's Netflix release. When will it start streaming? When will Outlander Season 7 Part 2 release? Outlander Season 7 Part 2 is set to begin airing later this year, with a November release window now officially set. The exact date is unknown. This is reassuring news for fans after Part 2 was delayed a year due to the 2023 writers and actors strikes. Like Part 1, the second half of Season 7 will be 8 episodes. The titles for every Season 7 Part 2 episode were recently unveiled, kicking off with Unfinished Business and concluding with 100,000 Angels, who's cast in Outlander Season 7 Part 2. When Outlander returns in November, Catriona Balfe as Claire Fraser, Sam Heughan as Jamie Fraser, and the rest of the Fraser clan will be back. The upcoming episodes will also see the return of several beloved characters, including Graham McTavish, Dokal Mackenzie, Nell Hudson, Lakear Fraser, Stephen Cree, Ian Murray, Lot Verbeek, Gillis Duncan, Andrew Whipp, Brian Fraser, and Layla Burns, Joan McKimmey. New behind-the-scenes photos via Deadline. Tease scenes involving Sophie Skelton, Richard Rankin, David Barry, and John Bell in their respective roles. Though Bias Menzies will not return for Outlander's 8th and final season, as he confirmed to TV Line. While it's unclear about his Season 7 Part 2 role, his characters, Frank and Jonathan Black Jack Randall, are dead in the story, making their reappearance unlikely. What will happen in Outlander Season 7 Part 2? At the end of Outlander Season 7 Part 1, Claire and Jamie return to Scotland after a long absence and following intense events including battlefield surgery and a run-in with Archbug. Jamie survives a close call on the battlefield thanks to Claire's intervention, and their journey back home is marked by emotional moments and encounters with historical figures like Benedict Arnold. Meanwhile, in the 1980s, Roger and Buck travel through the Stones to rescue Brianna's son, taken by Rob Cameron, while Brianna stays behind with their daughter, Mandy. Season 7 Part 2 is expected to continue adapting events from Gabaldon's 7th book, An Echo in the Bone, and move into the 8th book, Written in My Own Heart's Blood. Jamie, Claire, and young Ian will return to Scotland after the American Revolutionary War, visiting Lallybroch after delivering Jamie's cousin Simon's body. In the 20th century, Roger and Bree discovered that Rob Cameron had kidnapped their son, Jimmy, likely taking him to the 18th century to find hidden Jacobite gold near Fraser's Ridge. This leads Roger to follow them into the past. Key plot points include whether William will learn Jamie is his biological father, the potential return of Archbug seeking revenge on young Ian, and the romantic tension between young Ian and Rachel, with William Ransom as a rival. Patient fans will see exactly how the next 8 episodes unfold sometime this November. In addition, Season 8 and a prequel spin-off series titled Blood of My Blood have been greenlit.